If you don't have a lot of money to invest, but let's say you start investing $5 a day and you did that for the last 4.5 years, today you would have $13,212. That's not a theory. This is my actual account, and it's exactly what I did for the last 4.5 years. But there are people in the comments who tell me it would be better to invest all at once, each month, instead of daily. There are also people who tell me to stop the daily crap altogether, and that it doesn't matter. Well, this video answers one question. Are we fooling ourselves with these kind of claims? More importantly, was this $5 a day thing a complete waste of time? Well, by the end of this video, you're going to know the actual answer. 3 things I'm sharing today. Let's start from the top. Daily versus monthly. Now, I opted to invest in VOO, which represents the S&P 500, but I also built this fancy Google sheet, and it's linked in the description if you want to check it out yourself. Plug in whatever favorite ticker you are, and off you go. But let's visualize daily versus monthly and what that actually looks like using my exact purchasing days. Now, this sheet shows the daily purchases. This other sheet will show what would have happened if we invested monthly instead. What we're going to do is invest $152 on the first day of every month. Why $152? Well, because the math says that's the monthly equivalent of $5 a day. Now, I bet you're expecting me to say that daily wins because that's what I do, daily investing. Nope. Monthly investing would have actually paid off better, but there is a huge catch. First, let's look at the actual numbers here. Daily investing, up until the recording of this video, gets us to $12,827.36 with 18.228 shares. Monthly investing, on the other hand, would have got us to $12,893.10 with 18.321 shares. Neither of these numbers reflect dividends reinvested, so just keep that in mind, and it's as of this week. So in this case, monthly wins, but there's 2 problems with stopping at that point. First, this assumes that you have a lump sum to invest consistently in the first place. Remember, the whole point of $5 a day is to inspire people to start somewhere, not to get stuck at that pace forever. Somebody might not easily have $152 sitting in their budget. Maybe they just get paid weekly and transfer just enough to continue their $5 a day investment. And if I'm honestly talking to the 20-year-old version of myself, this trend would have been perfect for me. But unfortunately, there were no YouTube videos about that topic back then. But the much more important problem is that the bad years make this fall apart. Look at 2022. By the end of the year, $5 a day got us to $1,707.51 with 4.87 shares. If we'd invested monthly, we would have been $1,681.22 with 4.804 shares. That is less money with fewer shares. Now, why did this flip upside down? 2022 was a bad year for the stock market. We ended the year negative. So the real lesson here isn't just daily versus monthly. It's about what you can actually afford to do and dollar cost averaging through a downturn. And that's a genuinely interesting angle on top of that. Now, we're at the second part of this video, and I got a question for you first. Do you invest daily? Are you doing your own version of $5 a day? Let me know down in the comments. And if you think you've already answered whether this was a complete waste of time or not, this next part of the video might change your mind. This isn't just a hunch. It's a documented research. In 1998, Harvard Business School professor John Gourville, and I hope I'm saying his name correctly, published a study in the Journal of Consumer Research on what he called the pennies-a-day effect. He found that when you reframe a large recurring cost as a small daily one, like $152 a month versus $5 a day, people evaluate it completely differently, even though it's the exact same money. Here's why. When you hear $152 a month, your brain automatically compares that to other monthly bills. Rent, car payment, insurance, the big stuff, right? It feels kind of heavy. But when you hear only $5 a day, your brain compares that to a small daily purchase instead, like a coffee, a snack, something you barely think about. It's the same dollar amount with a completely different comparison, and that is what changes whether it feels doable. It's exactly the same mechanism behind why charities ask for pennies a day instead of an annual total. Now, you probably already heard my story. I was drinking a Starbucks latte one day at work overlooking a theme park that I was managing, and I thought to myself, what if I stop drinking this thing every day and I take that money that I'm spending and invest it instead? And that is truly where the concept came from for this particular investing trend that I'm doing. And it was at the end of 2021, which is why I actually started it in January of 2022. But that's the key question for you. What's the small expense you could eliminate to start the process? Then what you do is you scale it up as you make more money, you pay off debt, and you find new ways to invest. At that point, it's your call, whether you do it monthly, daily, or weekly. Let's say you get paid weekly and you've got enough room in the budget to invest like $500 a week. Now you've got the story of somebody who was barely scraping by, investing $5 a day, who took control of their financial life, and now they can do $500 a week. That's an accomplishment. And by the way, if there is a story like that that exists out there somewhere based on this $5 a day thing here on the channel, please tell me in the comments, like immediately. I'd love to interview in a future video. So I decided to play around recently with some fun money that I had, some extra money. So I still daily dollar cost average this money. And let me give you a rundown of my accounts. And then I got a surprise for you. So stay tuned for that. This is where we started VOO, and this is live as I'm recording this video. Currently at 18.8 shares at $13,216 market value. What that means is that's all the money I invested, contributed, if you will, and that includes my total return of well over 50% now, which is $4,431. So those two numbers combined equal to $13,000. Now, one thing I wanted to do is diversify and do some interesting things too. Some of this will not be for everyone, but I'm just going to read this off because a lot of you ask me about it. Ethereum. Yes, I do invest also $5 a day into Ethereum. And here are my results so far. Finally, this thing is starting to come back to life. We're at 3.91 Ethereum in my portfolio at a value of 9,701, which means that my total return is now sitting at 13% up, which is $1,184-ish of total return. So I did a little bit of VOO to start, and then I'm like, what if I also do Ethereum to balance out stocks versus crypto, just to see what happens? But here's the surprise. I got some new stuff that I got going on. And I recently started investing in something called SPMO in my Webull account. Now, I actually like Webull a little bit more than Robinhood, to be honest, at this point. It has a lot more tools and features than Robinhood does, and I like how this actually grows with you. But here's what I got going on. I am now investing $10 every day that the stock market is open. You can see down here, here are all the filled records. And I started this back down here on 6/18/2026. So now we're on about 2 months into this. And this is what's cool. Anytime you start a small investment, usually in the beginning, it doesn't do too well. It takes a couple years to start showing you actual compounding growth, right? And that's why we look up here at the top. Take a look here. My open P&L, that means my total profit, is actually down $19.55 or 2.57%. Today, it's down 1.35. So it's not doing that well yet, which means that I put in a total cost of $761.35, but the market value is only at $741.69. So I am down a little bit with a quantity of 5 shares. But as time ticks on, it'll be interesting if SPMO does the same thing that VOO did over the last 4.5 years. And by the way, I'll keep VOO going too. Let's see what happens. Another thing that I decided to do under the recurring investments tab is $1 a day into Microsoft and $1 a day into NVIDIA. Now, the only reason I do this is because, first of all, $1 a day is only like what, $30, $31 if it's February, $28 a month. That's not a whole lot of money. It's $365 a year. But I thought, man, wouldn't it be kind of cool, $1? And I did this when I was actually filming the tutorial for Webull, and I have not stopped it. So now at this point, I'm almost like, let's keep the $1 a day going too and see what happens with that. But the point is, when you have this little bit of extra money, why not put it in just to see what happens? If you want to join me on Webull, there's 2 things you can do. Use the link below, and when you deposit your first $100 to get started on your own plan, you get 12 free fractional shares from Webull. Then it's up to you once that processes if you keep that or if you sell it and use that for future investing. But click the link below. And then what I want you to do is add me here on Webull. All you have to do is search for my name, Sharpe Money, and add me or follow me here on the app. So now the real question we've arrived to: why should we ever stop investing $5 a day? As the title of the video implies, the only honest answer I've got is because eventually we want to do more, especially once we're actually accumulating wealth. $5 a day will start the engine. I'm talking to somebody like myself back in 07 or even back in my 20s when I was struggling and I'm like, how am I going to manage all these bills? And they say I got to invest, but I don't have money to invest. This starts the engine. Then, as life gets figured out, as you attack debt, you do a little bit more. Then you're investing consistently, maybe once a month. Then before you know it, you've paid down your debt, increased your income, and you're investing at a level that actually gets you to financial independence. So my answer is this: you stop investing $5 a day once the next rung of your financial freedom ladder tells you it's time to level up, to start investing more, to start building toward that financial freedom that someday you only go to work because you enjoy working, not because you have to work in order to pay the bills. Now, if you know someone who hasn't started investing yet, get them started. Share this video with them for inspiration. As for me, I'm going to keep my 2 $5 a day investments going, my SPMO $10, and my 2 $1 investments. I'm glad this is all recurring and automated because I wouldn't be able to keep track of all these different things. That's the beauty of getting started with the right investing app. Your financial adventure continues by watching this video up here next. Keep building your Sharpe money, and I'll see you on the next video.